music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
side. Check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.
Welcome. Everyone, thank you for calling in and listening in today to Connecting Atlanta Radio, hosted on the #1 fastest growing internet radio station in Atlanta, World Star Hit Radio. And today, I am highly favored and honored to have the infamous ChazzEllis in my studio today.
What's up? It's your man ChazzEllis.
And on YouTube, he's known as AskChazzEllis, but that's not his name, so let's just get that clear. That's just his branded name. So, Chaz, so tell us about what's been going on since the last time you've been on our show.
Oh man, just great things. Enjoying just helping people out on the internet with a lot of the advice and everything. Doing consultations for people. So if you do want a consultation, want to talk to me individually, you can go to the KnackProject.com, get a consultation. Also do quick questions and stuff like that. But yeah, just mostly that. Just hanging out, enjoying Georgia. I recently moved down here like a year ago, so.
How do you like it so far?
I love it. It's really nice down here. It's hot.
Hot.
It is hotter than Camel Hump down here. But other than that, it's cool. It's really cool.
So, if y'all don't know, ChazzEllis has like over 100,000 followers or something like that,
I got like 50,000, but you know what? You know what? Put 100 on there now.
Okay, he may have 50,000 followers, but he definitely has a lot of YouTube videos that has over 100,000 views,
Right.
clicks, likes, comments, all kinds of stuff. So he actually does get a lot of engagement on his videos and YouTube. And one of the things that he's really just tapped into is compromising his man card and providing advice to women through videos. And relationship videos and so forth. So if you go onto YouTube and you Google, so if you're all on Facebook Live or anything like that right now, and you're watching our show, you can bring up another tab as you're watching our show and go to AskChazzEllis, and you can Google him on YouTube and then just save that and go back and watch it later. So what would you say out of all your videos is probably one of your most controversial?
Most controversial.
Let's see if you have any questions.
There's a couple controversial ones. I guess one was like, why is sex so important to men? That was a controversial one, I guess. Some of the ones about players and stuff like that, some of them have been controversial. There have been a few actually been like that.
That's been like that? Okay. And so now, since the last time I've had you on my show, you've definitely expanded your brand and so forth. So if people wanted to check out your website, where would they go?
You could just go to the KnackProject.com, or if you put in AskChazzEllis.com, you'll find the same website. So either one, you can just Google the name and you'll find it too. Just Google ChazzEllis or AskChazzEllis.
Okay. And so you do, so if people want to get a consultation from you, they can definitely do that. They go to your website. If they wanted to find any of your social media pages, they go to your website. They can get linked to all that through there. Right. Okay. And then, so what types of relationship consultations, and what else do you offer on your?
Really just like consultations, also questions through email, like if you want to get a quick question or a detailed question, if you just want to ask something real quick, like, hey, my boyfriend cheated on me, I want to know something, or if you're dealing with a female, something's happening, whatever, you can ask me a real quick question, or if you want to go into greater detail, you can get a detailed question and just ask me a whole bunch of different stuff. And consultations are more for things you need to get walked through, situations you're going through that you really just want an outside perspective. Somebody's gonna keep it real with you, not trying to tell you what you want to hear or whatever, not judge you like your friends will.
Yeah, that's true. No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone.
No judgment. I'm not in a position to judge anybody, so I don't do that.
Right. Okay, that's what's up. And so you've actually done a couple of live events and stuff like that.
Right.
So hopefully you'll do another one of those
Right, I will.
at some point soon this year, this century, or whatever.
Right. Definitely.
And are you going to be putting together any packages for people that they can, like, if they wanted to have the do's and don'ts to relationships, or kind of combined a lot of your stuff and put it together in either a book or something like that?
I'm actually in the process of writing a book right now, and basically what the book is going to be about is relationships in business, and basically how they both work, because some people are good at one and not good at the other. But if you're good at one, you really should be good at the other. If you've been able to rise to the top of whatever company you're in, or you've been able to be really successful, which, funny, a lot of people that I talk to are really successful in business, really successful in that area, but terrible when it comes to relationships. And that really shouldn't be the case, because relationships and business are so much alike there, because all business really is relationships that you've monetized.
Right, but I feel like within business, you are able to keep a lot of the relationships more at a surface level. You really can. Like, it's kind of at a higher level type of relationships. There's different levels to relationships, whereas when you're dating someone or married to someone or something like that, there's a whole other closeness and difference within that relationship. But
Right. But that's why business relationships are easier for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really think about it, the same principles still exist.
That's true.
It's kind of like when somebody's playing you in a relationship, they're basically treating you like you don't matter or whatever, treating you like you're a low priority. Kind of the same thing that happens in a job.
Yeah.
When you're in a job, what you do is you give, if you feel like you're being treated unfairly, or you feel like you're not going to rise in the way that you'd like to, you either A, quit.
Right.
B, get more value, might go back to school or something, or you might do whatever it takes for your job to value you more. Or C, you might just go ahead and tell your job, hey, this is what I expect.
Right.
Or I'm not going to be here anymore.
Right.
But a lot of times you get into relationships, you feel like more is at stake.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I'm not going to say anything to this person. They should know. Or, whatever. But you got to ask for what you want, just like you would in business. You have to show people and give people good reason to give you what you want, like you would in business. You wouldn't come up and be like the worst employee at your company and say, hey, I'm going to need that raise real quick and a promotion, because it wouldn't happen.
Right.
So you got to, increase your market value in relationships in the same way.
That's true. Too bad you can't be as aggressive in relationships, for personal relationships, as you can be in securing new clients in business.
You can, just in a different way.
Yeah, but if I started calling somebody I want to date once a week because I wanted to be able to date them as a woman, it wouldn't work the same as when I'm calling my clients and just waiting for that right opportunity and that door to open.
Well, that doesn't really even
the
work.
guy would probably be like, what the hell's wrong with this female?
Right. Well, how well does that really work in business? I mean, calling people and being aggressive it does have some effect, but the greater effect in business is to really show people what you have.
That's true.
And then get them to want to come to you.
Right.
Because you can call people
like
all
that.
day, just like if you're in the entertainment industry, you might call people and say, hey, let's set up, let's work together. Nothing. You get no response.
You get no yeah.
But then when you show them that you've already done something,
right,
and that you already have something to offer, a lot of times those people call you.
Exactly.
Same people you couldn't get on the phone. So
right.
It works that way in relationships also.
It's always just but I'm just saying, sometimes it just has to be where that person's just not ready, or a place, which I guess would be in relationships as well. They're just not in that place for that specific opportunity. But when that arises or opens up, then, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was just kind of being funny.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Stalkerish, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just more tolerated in business, so. And then the other thing is that even this is one of the things, when we have new business owners come out and they're wanting to start a new business or wanting to start a partnership, I was like, you always have to have some type of divorce clause in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is the same, and if you're getting married, or you have to know, they have divorces, so people already know what the situation is when it comes to that. But at least within business, it's a little bit different. And marriage, or if someone's living together, is really a business relationship as well. So talk about how that kind of mirrors within the business world.
Well, it's certainly a business relationship, even though people may not want to see it that way. The reality is, whenever you go into business with somebody, the first thing you have to do is make sure you know that person.
Right.
On a real individual level. But also, you have to realize when you go into business with somebody, nobody is usually thinking, hey, let's rip each other off. Let's get pissed off at each other and destroy whatever business we have. Nobody's thinking that. So that's when you want to actually get your paperwork right. Like a lot of people go into business after business where their paperwork is terrible.
Yeah.
And then they're upset. So you got to get your paperwork right when you first go into a business and you're not angry at each other.
Right.
Well, the same thing exists in relationships. When you move in with somebody, when you decide to get intimate with somebody, your expectations have to already be put out there on the table. You have to already know what they want. You have to know what you guys expect. And a lot of people don't do that because they just want to get in. It's just like with a business relationship.
Right.
People are like, I just want to get in. I just want to be in this business. I want to work with these people. I don't care what happens after that until you get in it.
Right.
And then you start saying, wait a minute, I actually do care.
Right.
You know, I do care that I don't have a benefits package. I was thinking that I just wanted a job or I want to be in a business, but I kind of care. It's like people go in like, you know, if I don't get married, it doesn't matter. You know, if we don't ever really live together, it's okay. And they get in a relationship and now they start wanting things.
Right.
But it's more difficult now and there's no real escape clause.
Right.
So they're...
And emotions are involved at that point.
Emotions get involved and you start doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Start hurting yourself.
Right. That's so true. Okay. All right. And so, so that's exciting. And then you also do some comedy skits and you do some acting. And I just saw something in the AJC the Atlanta Business Chronicle about how a lot of music producers and stuff like that are starting to come out. It's starting to be the new scene for that. But share a little bit about like your acting and are you still doing that and is that I think that's one of the reasons why you came out here to Atlanta as well. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I'm still doing acting. People will see me on the channel and be like, oh man, I saw you in this show, I saw you in that, which is always cool. But yeah, I'm still doing acting and I'm actually getting ready to do a whole new series of comedy skits. So you'll be able to check those out. I'll have those on the AskChazzEllis channel where you'll kind of get to see where they are, the previews for them. Also, the ChazzEllis Project, you'll get to see them there. And AskChazzEllis on Facebook. So you'll know when it's coming. So you'll know, I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some comedy skits and stuff again so people can see those. People been asking me when I'm coming back out with them. They're coming back out.
Sometime shortly this year.
Yeah, it'll be in the next couple months.
The next couple months he'll be coming out. Right. So Chaz does a lot of the stuff himself, and he has an amazing sidekick that helps him with all his marketing and everything as well. And he's familiar with his social media on YouTube and Facebook.
Facebook. I'm on Twitter too, and Instagram. You know, some of y'all check me out on Instagram and Twitter, but. It's all any format you see me on is gonna be something like almost completely different. You're gonna see different sides of me. So if you're on YouTube and that's all you see, you might want to check out the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook. You'll see more of me, just different sides and different aspects of my personality.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. And so, and with some of your acting and so forth, and so you're gonna be doing. Are you right now like? Applying for roles and doing different things like that, or are you just creating your own brand and just focusing on that right now?
I audition some and I try to do different projects and I do other people's projects also, but I'm always interested in building my own brand and having ownership of what I do.
Yeah, that's key. That's a big thing that Chaz just said was creating and having ownership of what he does. So, does anybody that's on live Facebook have any questions? Let me just look really quick. Hold on 1 second. Oh, someone was asking if you were on IG, and we already answered that. So that's awesome. I'm really excited to have you back out, and you seem a little bit more mellow today. So you are starting anything new ventures or anything like that you have that's going to be coming out at all? No.
I can't think of any.
No. And then so with your consultations and your videos. Oh, by the way, he does answer for both men and women. So both men and women do send him questions and ask for his advice on stuff. So you are able to help out both. It's not just he gave up his whole man card and only helps women. That's not the case. I was kind of just teasing him before.
No, I get about Yeah, about 40% of people who buy consultations and stuff are guys. Guys don't like to buy a lot of books and stuff like that, and they don't like to really tell people that they're getting help, but you'd be surprised, like, guys have a lot of the same trouble navigating the relationship thing with women as females have with men. It's kind of 50-50 for the most part. It can be rough. And for me, I don't get a lot of backlash from guys for the videos that I make because they're not one-sided and it's not hating.
Yeah, no,
so
for sure.
I don't really, I try to, really what I do, and I tell guys this all the time, my videos are designed to actually help guys. Because the more you let women understand what's going on, like the difference between people who are playing them and good guys who just are not able to get to good women, and women who are not able to connect with good guys, once you get that, you let people understand what's going on, it really helps them to connect to each other. So I'm really trying to help good women and good men connect to each other.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
Sift through the riffraff, so they, they just have a better life.
That's awesome. I like that. So for the people that are just seeing you for the first time, can you just share a little bit of your story about how you got started doing this?
Oh, sure. I mean, I went through a lot of the same stuff other people go through, and I learned from things, and a lot of my friends would always ask me for just different relationship advice and stuff like that. And somebody was like, man, you should get you a channel or something, or do something like that. They were just, because I was always giving people advice and helping people out. So I was like, that is a really good way to kind of show people things that I've been through and things I've learned in life along the way. I don't really consider myself an expert more than anybody else, but I think everyone's an expert on their own experiences. And some people are just better at sharing them with other people and kind of using their experiences to see someone else's. So that's kind of something that I was always able to do. So that's how I got started.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So now you know the backstory behind what Chaz has going on. And so some of the other stuff that he's done. So if you have any questions at all, relationships or anything like that, make sure that you get a consultation from him. I know that when I first met Chaz, I was asking some questions about a relationship I was in, and he really just kept it real and just kind of spelled it out. And I can just say that he was 100% right. So I was really glad to know about that. And so have you ever, what do you talk about, maybe some of the different relationship videos and stuff that you guys have talked about? What are some of the how versatile is it? What is it that you kind of cover, and some questions that people ask?
People ask all kinds of questions. Some of the routine ones that I get all the time is, when should I start the no contact method? When should I stop it? Am I getting played by somebody? That's pretty much what you get most of the time. In some form or fashion, it's that kind of a question. But I've done questions on everything from, dating a married person.
Oh, wow.
To getting money out of a dude.
Oh my gosh, girls have actually asked that?
Oh, sure.
Gold digging type of questions? Or was it just where someone owed them some money?
No, they want to get money out of a dude. Look, don't judge me here. I don't.
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. For the most part, I know more about women than most women do. For the simple fact that no one has 1,000 friends that they talk to, really talk to. And then the version of them that you get to see isn't what I'll see. Right, no one's going to pay me to lie to me.
Right,
they want to get the real information. They're going to ask for what they want. I want to know this, I want to know that. And you'd be surprised at how many people want to get money out of somebody or something like that. I don't have a judgment on that because it's an agenda. Right. And what makes another person's
we all have agendas.
Right. What makes one person's agenda better than another's?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's like we don't get mad at somebody and they say, I want to date somebody with abs. Right. So why is wanting to be with somebody with money bad? What's wrong with that?
I mean, that's true. I'm just I don't know that I would ever be, well, I've never really thought about that anyways, but I just be bold enough to be I just can't believe people are, but I guess it makes sense because people are bold in all different areas of their lives, and if it's a secret thing and they know that their business isn't going to be put out there in the street, Right. And so that's really cool. And so look, there's actually women out there asking how can they gold dig. Or get money out of someone. It may not necessarily just be a gold digger. It could be a specific situation, or you just never know.
Well, a lot of people just want to, be compensated for their time and energy that they're putting into a relationship. It's somewhere along the line, I think our society has taught women that it's noble to be in a relationship that you're going to get absolutely nothing out of. Like, I'll look on Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. They're like, yeah, you know, being with a man when he has nothing, you know, that's really some noble thing to do. And I'm like, is it really? I mean, you know.
I mean, he'd have to have some type of desire or
Right.
ambition or something to go after something in his life.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
And if he's my age and he still has nothing, then I
why
don't know
is it
what to
more
tell him.
noble? You know, I think
Yeah.
wanting to be in a situation where you might be doing pretty well, or you might have an opportunity to be with somebody that can help you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true. One of the things that also is going back out, if I ask him to go out to eat, that I'm going to expect that he's going to think, oh, why is she expecting me to pay? And then that I get represented as like, my thing is, my whole fear is like trying to be as opposite as possible as to someone that would be like considered as like a gold digger. You know what I'm saying? Well, I end up paying for stuff if I ask the guy to hang out. You know, if I've dated a couple of times or whatever, and then I end up paying, and then they end up saying to me, you know, I would have paid tonight, and I was like, oh, okay, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right. Well, I always say represent yourself as what you are. So
Right.
whatever it is that you actually care about in that moment, care about it and say you do.
Right.
I think if you ask somebody on a date or ask somebody to go hang out with you, you probably should pay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think you should necessarily be asking somebody to hang out with you, because if a guy wants to go on a date with you, he's pretty much going to ask.
Yeah.
You know, and if he asks, he doesn't really mind spending some money. Now, it doesn't have to always be about money.
Yeah.
When you go out with somebody, y'all can do something that's free or whatever. It's just about spending time. But as things progress, you have to see how much a person's willing to invest. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, because some people have an abundance of that.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that they care about you or like you. If a guy's got $1 million and he pays $100 for dinner for you, it doesn't really say anything. But it's like, what does that person have, and what is that person willing to invest? That tells you what somebody thinks about you and how much they care about you. So, you know, as far as the money thing is really just, it's not on you to date somebody and worry about their problems and issues that they have. For instance, if you're going out on a date with somebody and he's like, yo, I don't got no money, can you pay for this for me? Can you cover dinner? And all that kind of stuff. It seems noble to be willing to do that, but at the same time, you got to ask yourself, wait a minute, why am I responsible for this person's problems? and
Right.
issues?
Yeah, that's true.
Why am I, you know, I'm not your mother. You
Right.
know, so-
Exactly. Exactly. Look, I just got schooled on my own radio show. No, I'm just kidding. But I do appreciate you sharing that, and I thought that was a lot of great advice that you have. And so if people wanted to book their own consultation with you and so forth, they go through your website, and then they can see all the different options and stuff on there, right?
Right.
And so again, it's AskChaz, ChazzEllis.com. Okay, and then is there any last things that you'd like to share with the audience today at all?
Look, I always say just be real with yourself and be happy, man. You know, don't try to prove anything to anybody else. Don't try to be what people expect you to be or want you to be. Just be real with yourself and be happy.
Just be real with yourself and be happy. So that's fantastic. So again, and then they'll be able to find out all your social media pages, your YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook fan page. And you guys have, and do you get a lot of questions and stuff like that on your Facebook fan page as well? Because you have like 6,000 something people following you on there.
Yeah, I actually do get quite a bit. That's why I had to do the quick questions and stuff on the AskChazzEllis project. Because of the fact that there is absolutely no way.
Yeah.
And it's for people who put things on YouTube and Facebook. It's not that I don't see them and try to. What I do is I try to make a video about ones that I get a lot of. But as far as for me to be able to answer every question, I answer them individually. It's really me you're talking to, and anybody who's bought one, they know. It's really me you're talking to. So there's absolutely no way that I can do all the Facebook questions and the YouTube questions. It's not even possible.
Right.
I mean, I'll get hundreds of them in a day, so it's like...
Right. So if they really wanted to get a question answered, they just go to your site.
Right.
And then ask it, pay to get a quick question answered.
Right.
And that's how they're able to get that. But that's how, so if you really want to get something answered from Chaz, because his time is valuable and there's no way he can answer everything unless you get a general video, and because it's him and we only have a certain amount of hours in a day and so forth, and he has his own life outside of his business and all of our problems. So Chaz, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
it.
I appreciate it.
And it's always a pleasure to have you on. So we've had the opportunity to have Chaz on our show about a year ago as well. And so anyways, I just want to say thank you everyone for calling in and listening in today to Connecting Atlanta Radio, hosted on the #1 internet radio station, worldstarhitradio.com. Stay tuned to connectingatlanta.net for all the new changes, subscriptions to our business workshops, and that we're going to have coming up in the very near future. So we are signing off this evening, and I hope everyone has a fantastic night. Bye-bye. Okay, I need to shut that off. Okay. John.
The hottest music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get jealous.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side, check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.